They said the jungle was no place for a girl, but Lina was different. From the moment she could walk, she was fearless, chasing butterflies, sketching every insect she could find, and learning bird calls faster than anyone else. Her father, a respected wildlife biologist, had spent years studying animals in the wild. This time, he was heading deeper into the African wilderness than ever before, into a part of the jungle locals barely spoke about. Lina begged him to let her come along. At first, he said no, but when she showed him a detailed map she had drawn, pointing out migration paths even he hadn't noticed, he agreed, on one strict rule: she had to stay close by his side. The first days were magical. Towering trees draped in vines surrounded them, elephants bathed in muddy pools, and the night sky sparkled with so many stars, it felt like the whole universe was watching over them. But one morning, just after dawn, everything changed. Lina was gathering water near the river while everyone else packed up camp. A brilliant blue bird caught her eye, darting between branches, and without thinking, she followed it off the beaten path. Step by step, deeper and deeper into the thick forest she went, until she disappeared from sight. No one saw her leave. No one heard her call out, because she never did. The trees grew closer, the air heavier, and every crack of a twig underfoot sounded far too loud. Lina's breath slowed as she forced herself to stay calm, but a creeping feeling told her something was watching her. Then, without warning, the jungle fell completely silent. No bird song, no rustling leaves, just a heavy, steady thump, like footsteps moving closer through the underbrush. Lina turned slowly, heart pounding, and locked eyes with a massive figure. Two deep amber eyes stared back from the shadow of a silverback gorilla. Time seemed to stop as they looked at each other. No fear, only a strange understanding. The jungle held its breath with them. Lina didn't know what to expect when the silverback gorilla stepped closer. Most stories she'd heard spoke of wild animals attacking without warning. But this wasn't fear she felt. It was something different. An unspoken connection. The gorilla, large and powerful, didn't roar or show its teeth. Instead, it sat down quietly a few feet away, watching her with calm, curious eyes. Lina slowly lowered herself to the ground, her heart still racing but her hands steady. She remembered everything her father taught her about reading animal behavior, about respect and patience. Days passed, and Lina remained with the gorilla, who she silently named Kubo. He was gentle, careful not to scare her, often bringing her fruit or leaves to eat. When night fell, she hummed soft lullabies she learned from her mother, and somehow, Kubo seemed to listen. Despite being alone in the wild, Lina never felt lonely. Kubo became her protector, watching over her against dangers Lina could only imagine. Together, they moved through the forest, a strange but beautiful friendship growing between human and beast. The other animals seemed to accept their bond too. Birds flew close, monkeys watched from the treetops, and even shy creatures peeked from the shadows. Lina knew she was in a special place, caught between two worlds, wild and human. But deep down, she felt something was coming, a force she hadn't yet faced. Something that would test everything she and Kubo had built. The jungle was watching, and so was fate. One morning, the peaceful rhythm of the jungle was shattered by a new presence. A lion, fierce and commanding, entered their territory. Lina sensed the change before she saw him. The air grew tense, and even Kubo seemed alert, his powerful body tensing as the lion's golden eyes scanned the surroundings. The lion was no ordinary animal. He was the undisputed king of this land, proud and ruthless. His roar echoed through the trees, a warning to anyone who dared challenge him. Lina watched as he approached, stalking with slow, deliberate steps toward Kubo and her. The two giants locked eyes, silverback gorilla against lion. The tension was electric, and Lina found herself frozen between them, heart pounding in her chest. The lion's muscles rippled as he lunged, and Kubo met the attack with a force that shook the ground beneath them. Their battle was fierce and relentless. Roars and grunts filled the air, dust and leaves swirling around as the two fought for dominance. Lina's breath caught in her throat as she watched Kubo take a heavy blow, staggering but refusing to fall. The lion's claws left deep marks, but the gorilla's strength was unmatched. In the chaos, Lina realized something. This fight wasn't just about power. It was a clash of survival, pride, and something deeper she couldn't yet understand. Then suddenly, Kubo collapsed, injured and exhausted. The lion stood over him, chest heaving, the victor. But he didn't attack Lina. Instead, he let out a final thunderous roar and retreated into the jungle shadows. Lina rushed to Kubo's side, tears in her eyes, knowing this moment would change everything. The battle was over, but their story was far from finished. Just as Lina reached out to help Kubo, voices echoed through the trees. Rangers had arrived, alerted by her father's team. They moved quickly, tranquilizing the lion to prevent further danger. Lina watched as the mighty king of the jungle slowly fell asleep, his fierce gaze softening. But her attention was on Kubo. He was breathing heavily, wounds raw and painful. The rangers told her there was only room for one rescue. The lion was rare and vital to the ecosystem, and many urged her to save the lion first. But Lina's heart was already made up. She couldn't leave Kubo behind, not after everything he had done for her, protecting her in the wild when no one else could. She pleaded with the rangers, her voice steady despite the tears. "Please, save him. He's more than just a gorilla to me." Her choice stunned everyone. The rangers hesitated but eventually agreed, carrying Kubo gently to a safe sanctuary where he could heal. Lina stayed by his side, promising to never forget the bond they shared. Though Kubo was the loser of the battle, Lina saw him as the true victor, because loyalty and love, she knew, were worth more than any fight. Her decision sparked a debate far beyond the jungle. What does it really mean to win or lose? And sometimes, the heart chooses what the mind can't understand. News of Lina's choice spread quickly, capturing the hearts of people around the world. Headlines read, "Girl chooses gorilla over Lion King," and social media buzzed with heated debates. Some called her decision foolish, arguing the lion was the true king and should have been saved. Others praised her courage and compassion, saying she had chosen loyalty over power. Interviews followed. Lina spoke softly, but with conviction. "Kubo wasn't just an animal to me. He saved my life in more ways than one. He was my protector, my friend. Winning isn't always about strength, it's about heart." Support poured in from animal lovers and conservationists. Donations helped the sanctuary care for Kubo, who slowly grew stronger each day. Lina visited often, her presence calming him as if their bond had never been broken. The story reminded everyone that sometimes the smallest choices make the biggest impact. That true strength can be found in kindness and trust, not just in battles won or lost. And as Kubo looked out from his sanctuary, the scarf Lina had tied around his arm fluttered gently in the wind, a symbol of a friendship that no jungle battle could ever destroy. Now the question isn't just about who won the fight, it's about what winning really means. Would you choose strength and power, the lion, the king of the jungle? Or would you choose loyalty and compassion, the gorilla who protected a girl when no one else could? Lina's story challenges us to think beyond the surface. Sometimes, the loser teaches us the most about courage and love. Sometimes, the real victory lies in the choices we make with our hearts. So, what would you do if you were in Lina's place? Would you follow the call of power or the pull of the heart? We want to hear from you. Comment below and tell us who you would have chosen and why. Your voice matters, and this story is far from over. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales from the wild. Until next time, remember, sometimes survival is just the beginning of a much deeper journey.